Hey, welcome in everybody. Mr. Lasitis here for a review on our upcoming unit conversion test, which is 7.9. We'll go through a few problems here that you can expect to see on the test and solve them, and then there'll be a time to climb at the end for you to see how you do compared to everybody else. So this is number one, kind of the most basic one that you'll probably see on a test, which says the nutrition label on a carton of soy milk says that one glass contains 7 grams of protein. How many milligrams of protein does one glass contain? So we don't have to remember the conversions. Remember, we're going to be able to use those conversion charts. So have that handy when you go to your test, and you can also use it during the time to climb. The idea is that what do you do with that chart? How do you manipulate these measurements to be what you want them to be? So I know that there are in 1 gram, there's 1,000 milligrams. So that's something I could have gotten from my chart. Well, if there's 1,000 milligrams in 1 gram, then in 7 grams of protein, there should be 7,000 milligrams, right? I'll have to multiply any number of grams times 1,000 to get how many milligrams there are. Okay, let's try the next one. Let's go to number 2. All right, this one's a little more complicated. We've got a garden below here. It measures 8 yards by 6 yards. And our first question in part A is, how can you convert the dimensions of Justin's garden from yards to inches? So this is going to require you, again, you can look at your conversion chart, but you'll need to type a response that makes sense here. I'm not able to type, so I'll write it out, and it takes a while, so I'll do that off camera and come back. Okay, and we're back. So this would be a good sentence to write for this question. I would say I know there are 36 inches in 1 yard, so I need to multiply each measurement by 36. That's how I can convert yards to inches. You could also write that you know there's 12 inches in 1 foot and there's 3 feet in a yard, so you could multiply by 3 and then by 12. But if it might be a shortcut to say we can just multiply by 36. So that would be part A. Let's look over at part B, and I'll erase what I have here so we can focus on part B. So we're done with A, and part B says, what is the perimeter of Justin's garden in inches? Okay, I need to know two things here. The one I just figured out, which is that there's 36 inches in a yard. So I could get that from my chart, or I could remember it. So it's 36 inches in 1 yard. And these little quotations again, that's shorthand for an inch. So that's 36 inches. I need to know that. I also would need to know, since I'm trying to find perimeter, I need to know the equation for perimeter. It may have been a while since we've done that, but perimeter means I'm just going to add up all sides. So that's what I need to do to find perimeter. Add all sides. Okay, so my plan here to find the perimeter in inches, what I think I'm going to do is find it in yards first and then just multiply one time. I think that'll be easier than multiplying each side by 36 and then adding. I think I'll add first in yards and then multiply the total yards by 36. So let's do that. I'll add 8 plus 6. That's 2 of the sides. Remember though, there are 2 other sides that aren't labeled on there. This one's 8 and this one's 6. So I need to do that again. 8 and 6 and 8 and 6. So if I add those together, that's 16. 8 plus 8 is 16, and 6 plus 6 is 12. So that should give me 28 inches. Or not inches, this is in yards. So 28 yards is the perimeter in yards. But remember, I need to find it in inches. So that's step 2 is I'm going to multiply 28 times 36 because that's how I convert yards to inches. So I go ahead and multiply 28 times 36. And we won't show all the steps for this since we know how to multiply. We won't show the steps for multiplication. So we'd have 1008 and be 1008 inches would be the perimeter of this garden in inches.